We have seen nearly 200 different devil fruits since the start of One Piece, but only 8 of them we've seen both the former and current user of that devil fruit power. So in this video I'm gonna explain those 8 devil fruits, their former users, their current users, how they got the devil fruit power, and everything else you need to know. But first, let's talk about a few devil fruits that we see in flashbacks but haven't seen in the current story yet. These are some devil fruits that I really hope do make a comeback, and the first one is the Nagi Nagi no Mi, or in English, the Calm Calm fruit. This is a paramecia devil fruit eaten by Don Quixote Rosinante, aka Corazon, and it's first introduced in Law's flashback. This devil fruit allows the user to create a soundproof field that cancels out all noises. We see it be used for private conversations between Corazon and Law, and we also see it used for stealth. Corazon was able to surround himself in silence and sneak into a pirate camp to steal the Ope Ope no Mi. But as you know, that was the same night that Corazon was killed by Doflamingo. That was 13 years ago from the current story, so that's 13 years that the Calm Calm fruit has been back in circulation, and there's a very good possibility that somebody has found it. So I think we're gonna see its return to the story pretty soon, and there's a theory floating around that Blackbeard's crew will be the ones to get their hands on this devil fruit, mainly because Blackbeard already has a bunch of sneaky devil fruit like Van Nager's teleportation fruit or Katarina Devon's power, so people think he'll be after the Calm Calm fruit as well so he can be silent. Another devil fruit I think we'll see return is Kozuki Toki's Toki Toki no Mi. We saw this devil fruit in Odin's flashbacks, and in English this is the Time fruit. The user can literally time travel into the future and send other people into the future as well. This devil fruit has 0 strengths in a battle aspect other than the fact that you could teleport whoever is attacking you into the future and pretty much never worry about them again. Also, since you can't teleport back in time, this devil fruit doesn't have a lot of great abilities, but I just have a feeling it's going to be tied back into the story at some point. It's been in circulation for 20 years, so maybe someone has found it. Imagine if somehow Usopp got his hands on this devil fruit and his slingshot was able to eat it. He could then possibly shoot things into the future. I think that would be really cool, but if that was to happen, I think it would have happened in Wano at some point. And real quick, the third and last devil fruit that I think we'll see return to One Piece is one that we saw in Punk Hazard, and I'm not talking about Monet. I think the Sara Sara no Mi model axolotl eaten by Smiley will be brought back. I don't think this one will be brought back in a serious way like the other two. Oda would bring this back just to troll everybody, the same as when he brings back random characters like Wapple. This devil fruit would be brought back as a joke more than anything, but maybe it would be taken more seriously, I don't know. Unlike the other 2 devil fruits, we actually see this one enter circulation again. Right after Smiley dies, it spawns back in a wheelbarrow full of apples. So it's still sitting on Punk Hazard right now. The only issue is the last time we saw Punk Hazard, there's purple gas everywhere. But I don't think the gas is gonna last forever. It's probably already mostly disappeared. I think a random pirate crew is gonna land on Punk Hazard, explore the area, find the axolotl devil fruit, and at some point we'll see that axolotl devil fruit user appear in the story. If there are any other devil fruits you think will come back that I didn't mention, make sure to comment them down below. But let's go ahead and get into the 8 devil fruits that we know the former and current users of. The first devil fruit I'm going to talk about is probably the most well known. It is the Mera Mera no Mi. If you need a refresher, this is the Flame Flame devil fruit, a Logia type devil fruit that gives the user the ability to transform into fire at will. The first prominent user of the Mera Mera no Mi that we encounter is Porcus D. Ace, also known as Fire Fist Ace. He found this devil fruit by sheer chance during his adventures as a pirate, and he originally shared it with his companion Deuce, but since Ace ate it first, he obtained the power. We see Ace use his fire abilities on a few different occasions, first in Alabasta vs Smoker, again when he faces off versus Blackbeard, and lastly a little bit in Marineford. Unfortunately, Marineford is the last time we get to see Ace use the Mera Mera no Mi because, spoiler warning, he died. So following that, the Mera Mera no Mi re-entered circulation, and its next appearance was after the time skip in Dressrosa, where it was offered as a prize during a tournament in the Coliseum. Many competitors, including Luffy, entered the tournament in hopes of winning the Mera Mera no Mi. Ultimately, the fruit was claimed by Sabo, which I personally am very happy that Sabo is the one that got this devil fruit. It would really hurt to see a villain with Ace's devil fruit, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Sabo getting his power was a nice poetic passing of the torch, you know? This makes the Mera Mera no Mi become a symbol of brotherhood in a sense, because it was passed from one brother to the next. So that's the Flame Flame fruit. You have the previous user Ace, the current user his brother Sabo. It's a very wholesome one, which is good because some of the others in this video are not so wholesome. Speaking of it, let's go ahead and talk about a not so wholesome change. the Gura no Mi. There is no sugarcoating this one. The transfer of the Gura no Mi was not a friendly one. If you don't remember, this was Whitebeard's devil fruit, the tremor-tremor fruit, and following Whitebeard's death, the power was transferred to Blackbeard. And this isn't any regular power. The Gura no Mi is regarded as the most destructive devil fruit in all of One Piece. The user is able to create huge shockwaves and cause devastating earthquakes. We saw Whitebeard use this and shake the entirety of Marineford and ocean around it. The person with this power can cause a natural disaster with the snap of their finger. And now that it's with its current user Blackbeard, it's more dangerous than ever. Blackbeard was already a formidable villain with his darkness power, but then he somehow gets the Gura no Mi too, which is absurd because he now has not one, but two of the strongest devil fruits in the entire series. The transfer of this devil fruit isn't all negative though, it does give us a good symbolization of a new era. Whitebeard's legacy as the strongest man alive was linked to his mastery of this devil fruit, so when this power was transferred to Blackbeard, it kind of signified a new era, showing that Blackbeard now has the power of darkness and destruction, which are two powers that you don't really want to mix. Overall, the Gura no Mi is a symbol of the new pirate era, which we're seeing right now in the series. Next up is a devil fruit that has a lot less meaning than the Gura no Mi, but it's still important in its own right, and that is the Ope no Mi. Now this devil fruit is different because we don't know the previous user, but it is confirmed that the previous person with this power was a doctor, so we don't know what they look like or their name, but we know their profession. Anyways, that person died, and the Ope no Mi somehow ended up in the hands of Diaz Barrels. Then it was eventually stolen by Law and Corazon, and now this powerful devil fruit is in the hands of Trafalgar Law. And since he studied to be a doctor as a kid, he makes great use of the abilities this devil fruit gives him. He can remove body parts of people, teleport things, rearrange things, the whole 9 yards. As of right now, we don't know the deeper meanings between Law and the previous user, but I wanted to include the Ope no Mi because we do have a little bit of information about the previous user, knowing that they were a doctor. With almost all other devil fruits, we don't know any information. With this one, we at least know something, just a little bit. The next devil fruit that we know the previous and current user of is the Soru no Mi. In English, it is the soul fruit and enables the user to manipulate and control the souls of people. It's pretty scary because they can actually just steal the life away from someone, and the first user of this devil fruit that we see is Mother Carmel. She's a compassionate person that runs an orphanage for children that don't have homes. Surely that means she wouldn't be secretly selling them to the government, right? We don't really get to see Carmel use this power that much. There was one scene where Big Mom set a fire in Elbath and Carmel put it out with her power, but the transfer of the Soru no Mi is pretty interesting. During an incident where Big Mom was in a fit of uncontrollable hunger, Mother Carmel was eaten alive and her devil fruit powers transferred over to Big Mom. Eating someone to get their devil fruit power definitely is pretty interesting. We do see Big Mom do a lot of cool stuff with this power, like extract souls from people, decrease their lifespan, and imbue various objects with souls. Those objects become her homies like Zuth, Prometheus, and Napoleon. Overall, the Soru no Mi has been through a lot with its past 2 users, and there might even be more to come with this devil fruit, we never know. The next devil fruit on the list is the Suke no Mi, and honestly, I did not expect this devil fruit to have 2 different users in One Piece. If you don't remember, this is the clear fruit, and the user can turn invisible with this power. Considering it's first introduced as Absalom's devil fruit in Thriller Bark, it was pretty surprising to see this devil fruit return to the story with a different user. Absalom did abuse this power in Thriller Bark by spying on and harassing people. That's showcased when Nami is in the bathroom at the beginning of the Thriller Bark arc. Absalom is in there invisible, peeping on her. But unfortunately for him, he was hunted down by the Blackbeard pirates, and the swordsman of the crew, Shiryu, now has his devil fruit power. And I would say Shiryu is a lot more strategic with this power than Absalom was. Being an invisible swordsman definitely gives him an advantage on the battlefield, but honestly I preferred this devil fruit to be with Absalom. Yeah, he was weird with it, but someone like Shiryu with this power becomes very strong and very dangerous, while Absalom wasn't really that dangerous, he was just weird. But that leads us to the next devil fruit, which is the Bari no Mi. This is the first of 2 devil fruits in the Odin flashbacks that we meet the previous user of. So the Bari no Mi, or the barrier fruit in English, is a paramecia type devil fruit that can create invisible and impenetrable barriers. The former user of this devil fruit power is Kurozumi Shimamaru, a former member of the Kurozumi clan. He utilized this fruit's power to protect himself and his allies, which overall helped the Kurozumi rise to power. We meet Shimamaru after we meet the current user of the Bari no Mi in Dressrosa. This devil fruit is first introduced as Bartolomeo's power, where we see him use this in action in the Colosseum and in his battle against Gladius. What I really like about this devil fruit is we get to see it from from two different perspectives and battle styles. Kurozumi was very defensive when using his powers and never really offensive. While Bartolomeo does have some defensive techniques, he really has some good offensive techniques as well. So I think that was a great way to show how this devil fruit can be used differently with different perspectives and fighting styles. But now the second devil fruit that we see in the flashback is the Mane Mane no Mi. Just like the Bari Bari no Mi, the Mane Mane no Mi was also used by a member of the Kurozumi clan. Her name is Kurozumi Higurashi. Just like Semimaru, she used this devil fruit power to help the Kurozumis rise to power. Without her, they wouldn't have been able to overthrow the Kozuki clan and get Orochi as shogun. So she is very important to the downfall of Wano, and her actions had long-lasting repercussions. She was able to impersonate Odin's father, the shogun, and most notably, trick Odin during his battle with Kaido, which is the reason Odin lost that battle. If she was not there to trick Odin, Odin very well could have defeated Kaido. I personally like the current user of the Mane Mane no Mi more than Higurashi, because that is Mr. Bon Clay. We see him use this devil fruit power to come in clutch multiple times. First at the end of Alabasta, allowing the Straw Hats to escape, and second when he sacrificed himself for everyone else to escape Impel Down. We don't know if he's still alive, but if he isn't, maybe we even see a third user of this devil fruit. So once again, we get two opposite perspectives of this devil fruit, which I think is really cool, and I hope Oda continues to write more stuff like this in One Piece in the future. Lastly, the 8th devil fruit on the list is the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which of course is Luffy's devil fruit. We do know the previous user of this devil fruit. We haven't actually met them in a flashback yet, but their name is Joy Boy. We do know that. We keep getting fed little details about him, but we still don't know that much about him and how he used the devil fruit power. However, I think we'll know more about him sooner rather than later. So he's the former user, and Monkey D. Luffy of course is the current user, and not long ago we see him awaken this power fully in Wano. I'm very excited to see what Luffy does with this power in the future and learn more about the former user Joy Boy. Those are all 8 previous and current devil fruit users that we know of right now. Comment down below if you think we'll learn more about previous devil fruit users in the future. Anyways, I'll see you next time.